My dad is almost home, I can't tell time yet, but I know because the air becomes electric and my mother cleans the stove. He'll walk in through the door and both my eyes will find the floor, and I will search my brain to find something I might get yelled at for. He'll come in with a frown and tell me sit your ass right down, or he might get his kicks from joking that he's just playing around. And in a few years I will leave, but I'll perpetually believe that any man who says he loves me is hiding something up his sleeve. Wash me in the water, you can cut off all my hair, and I'll be changing like the weather, but I'll never be like him. The other girls date older guys and wear their t-shirts late at night, but everything I own that's oversized belongs to me, it's mine. And I don't have souvenirs of all the earliest of years. You know my father isn't dead, but it don't feel like he's still here. It's strange now that he's gray and getting older by the day, and my eyes tell me that he's harmless despite what my heart has to say. So maybe just forget, maybe move on, don't regret, or maybe this is just another trick that hasn't happened yet. Wash me in the water, you can cut off all my hair, and I'll be changing like the weather, but I'll never be like him. 'Cause blood is thick, water is forever, and it's deeper than a board, lighter than a feather, and that girl will be a problem only if you let her, and I left her back home, but I can't forget her. I thought that it was my fault, and now sometimes I still do. It didn't chase me through